Like everyone else, I have grown to love the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Its laid-back storyline, the themes, the slight hint of mystery, the characters, their development, and of course their relationship with each other. So here are some of the things that you might want to know about them. But be careful, there are a ton of spoilers from the manga. Let's just start with my favorites and then talk about the basic ones. Number 1. The height difference. The first thing everyone notices is how tall Rintaro is and how tiny Kaoruko is. He's somewhere between 6 feet to 6 feet 3 inches and she's not even 5 feet. The mangaka Saka Mikami has stated in the interviews that she loves couples with great height difference and she intentionally designed them this way. Some people might have a problem with it, but I think it looks really cute. Mainly because she doesn't design Kaoruko to look like a child or something. I know she acts cute, but there's a difference, if you know what I mean.
何
Number 2. The low drama storyline. Another thing that some people like and others dislike is the fact that the storyline doesn't have too much drama. They promote communication and almost every trial or trouble is solved within 3 to 4 chapters. Number 3. Who is the villain? Now the storyline might be easygoing, but there is this one character who could be considered as the villain, at least for now. She's the female teacher at Kyoka Private Academy. She has created trouble for Rintaro and Kaoruko and is very determined to break them up, as she has a deep personal hatred for Chidori High School, seeing them as a poison for her students. The manga has hinted that her hatred comes from a tragic event in her past, likely involving a student she cared about who was hurt by a Chidori boy. But the story isn't complete, so we're not going to take it as a fact. Number 4. Back to Rintaro and Kaoruko, they have the opposite attract thing going on. He's tough looking, she's sweet, but they also have a forbidden love vibe because their schools are rivals. Some even call them Romeo and Juliet. But what I loved though was the fact that the author didn't added the rich/poor or the class different trope to them, as even though Kaoruko goes to a private school, she comes from a very humble family. Number 5. And if you ever wondered why Kaoruko sometimes has a mature air around her, it's mainly because whenever her mother would get sick, she would have to be the one to take care of her father, her brother, and the house. Fact number 6. The relationship is going to get serious. Kaoruko has met Rintaro's family, and guess what? In the manga, Rintaro also met Kaoruko's mom and the little brother. And I guess it's safe to say that he charmed them completely, because just like us, they loved him as well. Fact number 8. He's going to color his hairs back to black. Number 9. You remember how Rintaro got inspired by that pastry chef and decides to color his hairs and get piercing, right? So it turns out that Rintaro met with him again, but in the whole interaction, he never tells him that he was his inspiration. Now that we are talking about them, let me tell you about their first kiss. We know that Kaoruko is the one who fall in love with him first. But did you know that she initiated their first kiss as well? So by the end of chapter 100, she stands on her tiptoes and goes in to kiss him, while also taking a little help from the stairs. Now the second one was initiated by Rintaro. It's when Kaoruko's mom felt sick again and he comes to meet her. She thanks him for always listening to her whining and complaints. He kisses her and says something sweet before he leaves. But on the way back, he ends up walking into a street lamp. The third kiss happens after they've been together for a year. It's on Kaoruko's birthday and Rintaro visits her at home. Her mother, knowing that they both had just finished their entrance exam, sends them to her room to cut the cake. Before Rintaro leaves, Kaoruko asks for a hug and gives him a sweet kiss on the cheek. Then it happens, a moment that was mutually initiated and an absolute turning point in their romantic history. Now the fourth one occurs when they go to the summer festival, reminiscing about the wonderful year they have spent together. He promises to make her another cake after she passes her exam. And then when the fireworks starts, she kisses him, and they confesses their feelings for what must be the 5th or 6th time. But just as the romance hit its peak, Toki-sensei suddenly shows up and completely ruined their moment, along with my whole mood. Fact number 10. Opposite to Toki-sensei, we have the homeroom teacher of the Chidori boys. He sees potential in his students and is very supportive of them, to the point that he goes to meet Toki-sensei after Rintaro and the boys asked him for help. Now some bonus facts about Kaoruko and Rintaro. Her hobbies are reading books and watching drama with her brother. His hobbies are cooking and collecting CD. She's scared to death whenever she sees or watches anything even remotely scary, whereas he likes horror but jump scares still gets him. Another fun fact about Kaoruko is that she likes to make portraits of other people. They aren't perfect but still very great. She once made them for everyone in the group and they ended up using those as their profile picture for a whole day. Fact number 11. The power of friendship. I love this whole theme because as the Chidori boys stood by Rintaro's side, at Kyoko Academy, the girls were on Kaoruko's side. When Toki-sensei said that she would expel Kaoruko if she didn't break up with Rintaro, her friends said that if that happens, they will leave the school as well. Number 12. One of the girls there was also Madoka. You might remember her from the library scene. She's literally so cool and she's going to become the part of their group as well. If you read the manga, I guarantee that you will end up loving her. One time she tried to make Subaru laugh like crazy, and when it finally worked, she ended up laughing so hard with her that she cried. Number 13. It's not a fact, but I personally ship Madoka with Ayato. The fact, however, is that both of them are really good in video games. Number 14. Speaking of friendship, I think everyone should know about the fact that Saku is helplessly in love with Subaru. I love them as a couple. Him being a handsome introverted boy who struggles to express his good intentions and her being a shy and socially awkward girl. But the thing is, he doesn't want to tell her how he feels because he's afraid that it will ruin their friendship. Number 15. Subaru is clueless about love. They are the second lead couple, and even though Saku has realized his feelings, it's going to take a while for Subaru to understand what love actually is. Though it's a good thing that Kaoruko is right beside her, but I'm dying for a confession already. Another fun fact about her is that she has a hobby of visiting various coffee shops, and she always wakes up as soon as the first alarm goes off. Fact number 16. The donut nickname. You know what the fans call these two? The donut couple. Mainly because both of them like donuts. In chapter 46 of the manga, when it was Saku's birthday, you know what Subaru gives him? Donuts. Not just her, Shohei also gives him a donut, but it was a plushie, a very huggable plushie. Number 17. Saku is good at almost every game, except rock, paper, scissors. Once they all went out, and both he and Subaru lost in the game, and had to stay behind to save the group a sitting spot. It was all good because we ended up getting some cute scenes of them together. Number 18. His childhood friend. Saku had a childhood friend / rival. His name was Hidaka. They started off well, but ended up getting distanced after an argument because of their behavior and inability to express themselves. Saku regretted it a lot until they finally meet again and sorted everything out. And the person who played an important role in reuniting the childhood friends was none other than Subaru. Now, some facts that I love about him are that he likes watching animal movies, his favorite part of the day is taking a relaxing bath, and whenever his sisters go shopping, they would drag him along and force him to carry their stuff. Number 19. We have seen Saku being bad at teaching other people, right? But he doesn't just accept that. He works hard and learns how to teach others so that he can help his friends. And the first person he helped with studies after learning that is Subaru, who was preparing for her entrance exam. Fact number 20. Future university friends. You would be happy to know that Saku, his childhood friend Hidaka, and Subaru will end up going to the same university. So I think it would be okay to wait and be excited for the future chapters. Fact number 21. If you haven't guessed it yet, Saku decides to become a teacher, and one of his inspiration is their homeroom teacher. Number 22. We are talking about characters, so we have to mention Ayato. We have seen him do some real damage, though he's a very peaceful and sensible person, but he can't stand injustice or someone being mean to his friends ever since he was a child. And in chapter 94 or so, we get to see that in the future he plans to be a police officer, as it turns out that his older brother, whom he used to look up to, used to be in the police. But unfortunately, he quits because he couldn't handle it. And as Ayato always looked up to him and always hated bullying, he decides to go for that job, even though it could be very dangerous. Some bonus facts about him are that he loves to secretly take photos of others. His childhood dream was to own a dinosaur, and he has no issue with most of horror genre, but ghosts are completely different story. It's been 168 to 169 chapters, and Shohei is still single. And he's not just single, he is clueless as well. Fact number 23. He's the babysitter. Shohei is bad at surprises, and given his personality, it's reasonable. But other than that, he's very natural at handling kids, since he has 2 younger siblings. Fact number 24. The author still hasn't given us much about him, except the fact that he's still single, very innocent, too pure, brave, and extroverted. Some people ship him with Madoka, but I think he would look better with Ayumi. Tell me your thoughts. He's the author's favorite character, and every time he turns to Rintaro, he makes some weird face to make him laugh. And he cannot handle anything horror, but he usually ends up watching it and then regretting it. Number 26. If we are talking about backstories, the most beautiful one we have is of Rintaro's parents. His father is the humble head baker and an absolute professional whose dedication to his craft is national level. His mother manages the shop and acts as the bridge between her dedicated husband and the rest of the world. But did you know that in their prime age, he was her senior and she was his taste tester? She found him to be her rock while he found her to be his human connection. Their love story is presented in the most beautiful way, proving that wholesome relationships are the core theme across the generations in this manga. Fact number 27. You'd be surprised to know that the series is written and illustrated by Saka Mikami. Number 28. The Anime Studio. The anime style is also recognizable and amazing because the studio that adopts it is Cloverworks, which is known for creating some of the most popular and emotionally rich animes like Spy X Family, Windbreaker, Horimiya, Black Butler, and My Dress Up Darling. Fact number 29. The anime has covered the starting 40 chapters of the manga. So if you have watched all of season 1, you can start your manga journey with chapter 41. The last common fact is about the name itself. We know the original name is Kaoruko into Saku, which translates to the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. But there is a wordplay involved. Kaoruko means flower and it's the first part of Kaoruko's name. Rin means dignity and it's the first part of Rintaro's name. So the title could literally means that Kaoruko blooms when she is with Rintaro. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know about these, but if you didn't, I hope I didn't spoil too much for you. And if you already knew all this, tell me something new in the comments. Till then, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening to me. Take care of yourself and goodbye.
Never be the same. I don't really want to hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change.